Happy Sunday, everybody. How's it going? Ho, we're here off of what I thought was a really freaking good chapter last week. Everybody, happy Sunday. Thought last week was a really good chapter. What's up, Valoni? How's it going? Happy Sunday. Rolling into this one, we Star and Stripes. Star and Stripes. We got our All Might protege, seemingly. What's up, Julian? Happy Sunday. Our All Might prodigy, seemingly. Now, I'm always transparent. Always transparent. Scrolling through YouTube, someone's video, I'm not subbed to them at all. Someone's video, I seen the title of their video, and you know people, they don't care about spoilers nowadays. So it said, now this could be wrong, it could be a lie, but I think it was true. They said Star and Stripes versus Shigaraki. Transparent. I hate that I caught that, but I guess we're gonna get into some fisticuffs this episode, possibly, or it's gonna be set up. I hate that I know stuff before I read a chapter. It like burns my soul. Like it really does. Like in the Discord, I had to like go into the Jujutsu section and just write, like, because it's been eating me. I'm like, I've been spoiled a lot on Jujutsu Kaisen. Just been eating me up. That's just like, I just keep catching strays left and right on that series. It sucks. But caught a little stray, so I'm not gonna waste any more time. I want to see how the hell everything gets set up in this chapter. Let me zoom this in. In the nick of time, in the nick of time, a big time maverick from the West. I like her design a lot. I really do. Look at her hair. I like her design a lot. It's very reminiscent of All Might. Very reminiscent of All Might. All right. Install an extension on my browser so I can blast it. In the Discord, because I don't know if YouTube would allow you to link it. What's up, Remborn? Link it in the Discord to me. I need to install it because I just catch strays left and right. I be trying not to, but sometimes I'll just be like, it's like one of those bored things where you just scroll because you're bored. Gosh, sorry. I made a mistake. And for the like last month, I've had like this special lotion for my skin. I just been right, and I ended up like chemically burning my lips. So now I'm like in recovery phase. Sucks. But yeah, link that to me because I just like get bored scrolling some nights, and I'll just be like scrolling, and I'll like see a glimpse of something. I'll just go mad fast and just like, or I'll just get off YouTube. It sucks. Also, I did see, this is one thing before we start the chapter, that and for the author note of the latest volume, Hori said that Chrome for in the latest volume, the author note for the latest volume, I think it's volume, because right now I got up to 27. But I want to say, I don't know which volume we're on. Well, I can't even count that. I think 32. But I think for me in the States, I keep saying America. For me in the States, I'm on volume like 28 or 29, something like that. Hori said that 32. Okay. Hori said that he had 5 more volumes planned, but now he doesn't know. So that means we're relatively close. We're relatively close to the end of this series. I'm pretty sure unless I was reading some fan, like, this is like, he said he had 5 volumes left. He had 5 volumes planned for the end. That's 50 chapters. That's 50 to 60 chapters. But he says now he doesn't know. So it's it's going to be a little bit more. So we are close to the end. Like we're close. We're like 2 years. We're like Like if five volume is the minimum, we're like at the minimum the series can end in 2 years. But then at the max, we don't know. We don't know. That's crazy to me. It's really crazy. All right. I've been trying not to look at this panel because All For One sitting here with his legs crossed like a freaking boss. Hold on, let me zoom in. All right. 450 chapters max, about another 100 I would say so. I wouldn't be surprised if we ended on, what's up, random boy? Happy Sunday. I'm doing all right. I wouldn't be surprised if we try to find some like if we do what Kishimoto did, where Kishimoto picked a significant chapter to end the series on. Like if Hori tried to do the same thing, find whatever the kanji of a certain number like equal like something or a character's name or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised. All right, let me read. A crucial moment is nigh. Look at this Nomu, and look at that Nomu, and look at this Nomu. This is crazy. And he's sitting here. The escaped convicts and their antics have provided the perfect distraction for keeping the short-staffed police and heroes from devoting their full attention to us. We have played a game of hide and seek on this small island nation, and we have won. Like a spinner. We could have also won by just leaving the country. You misread my intent. Winning this little match was the short-term objective, and obtaining one for all is the mid-game goal. Not the end game? Hold on. Shut up. Just read. Not the final one? I've planned ahead for a long life. Daquan. What's up? Happy Sunday. And within those plans, this very moment presents me with both the greatest obstacle and the ultimate opportunity. Zooming in. I have heaps of friends of all over the globe. All around. All Might may have eradicated organized crime here in Japan, but other nations are a different story. I love this panel. Once those friends of mine start stirring up trouble, each country will have to weigh its own priorities against the needs of others. Okay, so what's this obstacle and the opportunity? Star and Stripe, the strongest woman around. This is current day. And the hero who reigns supreme in the land of the free, the home of the heroes. She shrugs off cheap tricks and petty tactics. Won't start a step on me, goodness. Hold on. So this is a gamble. She will prove far more than a mere nuisance. But should I manage to steal her quirk, the rest of this war will be just a formality. Uh-oh. I should have known All For One would want her quirk. Look at, this is cool. This is cool. The shading on Star, the shading on Star in her art style is reminiscent to comic book shading, like cross hatching and all that stuff. Like if you look at All For One and then you look at her, they're starkly different. That's incredible, Hori. What the hell? That's really cool. That's a really cool detail. I should say American comics. Sorry. Let me zoom in. Unlike young Toya and the others, you've devoted yourself to guarding me. But it's nearly time for you to take action as well, Iguchi. In the days to come, I'm sorry, I was looking at that panel. In the days to come, you, Spinner, will support Tomura Shigaraki in his crusade and do justice to your name as the one who spins this tale. You are a veritable nobody. And as a heteromorph, you have led a difficult life. You hear the rumblings already, don't you? So many out there sympathize with you, with your cause from the shadows. Excuse me. This man, Paranormal Liberation, Spinner, our voice. What? Spinner's out here. Wait. Any theories on her quirk? I have no idea. If her quirk is something All For One wants, then it's got to be something. It's got to be something incredible. And it has to be. And the thing with All For One isn't going to take a quirk that needs. All For One's not going to take a quirk that someone put a lot of hard work into, like someone like Mario and someone like Genus. He's not going to take He's not going to take their quirks because their quirks are really good quirks in hindsight when we get to see the final product. But if you just were to have it, they went through hell trying to get their quirk to where it is now. I can only assume what Genus had to go through to get his quirk the way it is and how he uses it. So he's not going to take that kind of quirk. I would assume that All For One is going to take her quirk because her quirk is something simple to use, but it's something that's probably super stupid. It's probably something super dumb. All For One really is you going to be the one to spin this tale. Let's play on words. He is harsh while speaking the truth. Mario's quirk is a curse. Yeah, but the boy made it amazing. Paranormal Liberation, Spinner, our voice. All ordeals heretofore have led to the coming paranormal liberation. Gather soon to fruition. I would assume that's the same. What that says. All right, my bad. Redestro was inherently beholden to the old way of things. But behold, the cinders of liberation yearn to burn bright. Paranormal Liberation Front surviving advisors. Okay. We of the Vanguard Action Support Regiment were assigned to fight under Spinner, given who we are. Okay. The great skeptic outlasted his peers and now tells us that liberation is at hand. We are to eliminate what resistance remains and realize this revolution. All For One is just like, he's got everything. He's got everything working right now. He's got everything working right now. Look at Skeptic. Yes, muster the warriors. In the way that's simplest for you lot. The League may rub me the wrong way, but their influence certainly has its uses. The tragedy of Himiko Toga plays out to this day. Death to Hero Society. I wish I could read that whole thing. Gather the paranormal. Okay. So I'm great people within something gather together or gather with the paranormal liberation. Like neutrality is a sin. You can't play both sides. You're either with us or you die, something like that. That's what I'm assuming that possibly could say. Redestro himself saw the light and hope they represent. Dobby looks clean. It makes no difference whether or not the League of Villains are true liberators, destined to accept this mission and burden. Oh, that's so cool. That's such a cool shot. Hold them sacred. We shall endow them with divinity. Once Tomura Shigaraki has destroyed all, we shall sow the seeds of the future. Oh my. Can I get a full panel of him? No, they want to show me a full panel of him. He's on his Deku tip too? With the cloak? Crosshatch, just like how Deku's was? Come on, man. Come on, man. I want to see him. I want to see him. How heartbreaking would it be? How heartbreaking would it be for Spinner if what's his name ran up on him, Stain ran up on him and bodied him? How heartbreaking would that be for him? The man, like he, what's up, JG? Happy Sunday. That would be heartbreaking. That would really hurt. That would hurt me. If Stain was the one that would just caught him lacking, ran up on him and offed him, that hurt. All right, let me zoom in. She'll be entering our airspace soon. After meeting up, let's start planning right away. Look at Endeavor. It's seriously reassuring to have Star on our side. But are they gonna throw the book at her? You know, after all this? Her nature may prove our salvation. For quite some time now, I've wanted to chat with her about that treasured vintage denim from the gold rush. Okay. Sukauchi here. Endeavor Hawks, you listening? A report came in just now. Along her flight path, 50 kilometers ahead of the landing point, is him. He's shown himself. I wish I didn't know it was. Okay, Shigaraki. Gina's got his priority straight. Yes. Question. Off topic. What would Stain do now? As twisted as Stain is, All Might is like he wants to be a hero. I'll retract that a little bit. I wouldn't say he wants to be a hero. He just wants justice. In his own twisted way, he wants what's right. And if he gave this information to All Might in order for All Might to right the wrongs that are happening that All For One is doing, Stain is technically on their side. But if a hero just showed up that was just for himself, he would off them in the middle of a mission. I'm not second guessing that at all. But I feel like Stain is like pseudo on their side. He's just like I'm not even gonna say he's playing the field. He's like in the background working his way. I don't know. I feel like Stain would off a lot of the people in the Paranormal Liberation Front though. Cool thing is if you go back to when Deku Black was saving people, you can see people dressed like Spinner. I remember that panel. I don't know which chapter it was, but I remember. And it makes sense now, seeing all this stuff to spin, like, it makes more sense. It does make more sense, and I do remember seeing that. All right, let me, next page. Oh. Oh, look at him. I'm pissed. Look at him. Hold on. Let me zoom this in. Look at her arms. Such a warm welcome. Before I've even arrived, you're that free to do as you please, mister? Oh, look at that. Are you the villain they call All For One? No, ma'am. He's still not fully healed, is he? Good question. What exactly am I? This man is on top of the back of a flying Nomu. He's in a suit. He looks clean. Oh snap, I did say that. Whoa, I did say that. I did say, like, what if she gets bodied on arrival and Shigaraki shows up? Oh. Dog, I don't want to call her female All Might because I want to respect her, but she's female All Might. Gosh, look at her. Dog, she looks fire. She looks fire. She looks dope. She looks dope. She looks dope. She looks freaking dope. He looks clean, man. He looks clean. It's hard to tell in English, but Japanese, Shiki uses ore and boku. Okay, which means Shigaraki speaking on all for one. I think even with the visuals, whenever there's a conflict of who's speaking, he usually changes, or he would change how the speech bubbles are whenever all for one's talking through them. Da-da-da-da-ba. So that's usually like even whenever we're having those moments of, like, if you go back to the Tartarus breakout and stuff and all that stuff, back when he tried to steal the One for All at the end of the war, the speech bubbles usually will change with it. We usually will change with it. Muscles are powered by whey protein, freedom. Gender bend all might. How's everything going, Dexter? Think they're gonna have Stargate clapped right off the bat to let the other countries feel more urgency? I think so. That was my prediction from last week. That what if she shows up and gets bodied? She is clean, man. I gotta hold on. Do you think Hori is trying to build a story for a world level now? I think it's to the point where Hori has created a situation where I don't think it's kind of like when you're writing something and you make people too overpowered and you kind of don't know what to do. So you got to really try to think. At this point, there's no I don't think there's no way. Like, if we're being realistic, right? And we're not going off the power of friendship and all that bullcrap. Is there anybody in Japan? Is there anybody in Japan that could literally be All for One and Shigaraki? Like, for real, like, legit. The Paranormal Liberation Front, as it stands right now, can the heroes of Japan actually beat them? I don't know. So I feel like you would have to, like, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even know where I was going with my point. I feel like you have to raise the scale. You have to bring in more strong people from everywhere else, just so that we have a chance to actually take these people down. It's the same. Doing pretty good. Just got a meeting where our boss told us we need to stop working so much overtime. Apparently, it looks like we're being treated like slaves. It's crazy how they think that, right? It's so odd. I go through the same thing at work, where it's just like, you guys are doing way too much. Like, take a day, use your vacation. And it's like, well, if we take a day, we're going to come back to madness. So what the hell do you want us to do? Like, right? I can only imagine her quirk being a power type and All for One wanting to steal that. She'd have to be stupid strong. I totally agree. She has to be ridiculously small. Like, what I think that was last week. It's hard to say because we were babbling at the end of the last stream, so we said a bunch. But I feel like for Star to be the #1 hero of the United States of America, she can't just operate on, like, in one city or one state. She has to be able to. I feel like she would have to be able to go coast to coast with relative ease in order to have the admiration of the entire country in order to be the #1 hero, which means she had, like, do we go on a limb and say that she's stronger than Deku currently? A Deku that's using, like, all of his quirks to artificially bring him up to the level of All Might. Can we even say that they're on the same level, Deku and Star? Because if she's on the same level as Deku as he stands currently, that's stupid, because right now there's not that many people that are stronger than Deku in the first place. So if she's even remotely close to Deku, that's crazy. I can't remember the chapter, but we got to read Vigilantes. We got to pick a day. Matter of fact, hold on. Tomorrow, I just may do it for the hell of it. I just may do it for the hell of it because I have a day off tomorrow. Oh my gosh, right? I have a day off tomorrow, so I may wake up tomorrow morning and just read Vigilantes. I just may stream it, just hop on, just go through. I've been wanting to read Vigilantes for over a year now. I just may do that tomorrow. Hell. But nonetheless. But in Vigilantes, they confirm that there are multiple heroes across the world on par with All Might in terms of strength. Okay. I don't think she's on Prime All Might level. I don't think that I'm an All Might stan. So I don't think there's anybody on planet Earth. I don't think there's anybody on planet Earth in the My Hero verse that is on par with Prime All Might in a to be seen Prime Deku. Right? It's one of the, I feel like it's one of those, like, because they're never able to fully just go crazy. You're never able to just go all out. Might be a dumb theory, but what if Shiki goes around the world to take on every major country's #1 hero just to send him? Hold on. Bumper. I like that. Hold on. You got me hyped for a second. Always writing around scripts. Man, I'd like to say I'd be on point, but I pulled this up to look at All Might, because this is an All Might pose. Yes, All Might pose. Yeah, that's the pose he did in 2 Heroes. When he was JoJo posing right before landing the smash on what's his name? Fake Magneto. Thing with One for All is that it doesn't have a backlash neither limit, which, hold on. The thing with One for All is that it doesn't have backlash neither limit, which is the problem with all the quirks we know. Right. That is true. That legendary fight between All For One and All Might is the one time where it has been shown that they both went all out. And All Might came out the victor? I would say he came out the victor. He punched his head off. I just wanted to pull up this All Might really quick. Hold on. Open image in a new tab. Thank you. Hold on. I got to do this. Scene 2. And then... Wada. Wait. She's female All Might. She is female All Might. She truly is. Yeah, but that's the one fight I want to see. That's the one fight in the series I want to see. If we never get to see it, it'll suck. But I want to see that fight between All Might and All For One. I want to see what All Might looks like with Bloodlust. Like legit Bloodlust. That's what I want to see. I want to see what All Might looks like with his guts falling out as he's still charging him. That's what I want to see. I just feel like this final fight so I think I'm wondering that right now Shigaraki, because of all the nonsense that's happening with All For One, how, as he says in his final panel, And he's like, what exactly am I? Because of all the meddling, he doesn't know. Right? He doesn't know. Like he's confused, all this. But I do feel like we're gonna get this moment where Shigaraki does realize who he is. And I feel like he's gonna take out All For One. He's gonna be the one to kill All For One, and then at that point, he is the big bad. I just don't see them. If they fight in a city, it's gonna be terrible. Like if Deku and Shigaraki fight in a city, it's gonna be like, because I'm gonna assume I would assume that fight would parallel the first All For One All Might fight, where they both were literally fighting to the death. Not their second fight where they were fighting for their ideals and to preserve like their proteges and all that stuff. Like I would assume that's what this fight would be between Shigaraki and Deku. So that fight has to happen somewhere. Oh, good call. Good call. Good call. If he can steal Star's quirk and he can use that quirk against All For One, because that's what All For One's plan was. All For One's plan, what he did was he spun it. But I'm in his head, or maybe he's in my head. I don't know. I'm in his head where he's talking about how a crucial moment is nigh, distraction, yada yada yada, and he says this little match was the short-term objective. Obtaining one for all is the mid-game goal. So what I'm assuming, and then he spins it, right? He spins it right here because he's not going to let anybody else in the Paranormal Liberation Front know that he's trying to steal Shigaraki's body. He's not, if that is truly his goal, which I do think his goal, because he says it with this line right here. I've planned ahead for a long life. All For One doesn't want to live strapped up to a life support apparatus for the rest of his life. He doesn't want to do that. So he's gonna try to take Shigaraki's body. That's a given. I think that's his goal. He spins it, pun intended with Spinner talking to Spinner. He spins it about my friends around the world taking Star's quirk. We can win the war. He's never gonna tell Spinner, who's loyal to Shigaraki, that I'm trying to steal Shigaraki's body and therefore killing Shigaraki. I think the plan is for him to obtain one for all so that he can then take Shigaraki's body. I think that's what the plan is. And it would be so cool if Shigaraki could take Star's quirk, and then because he has Star's quirk, he is able to, that gives him the edge, right? That gives him the edge to be All For One and to be able to kill him. I think that would be cool if his planning is what really shoots him in the foot. I think that'd be cool. I want All For One to take over Deku's body. I don't want nothing else bad to happen to the boy. He's been through enough. I just want him to learn. Just want the boy to learn. He's still got more to learn. Deku's still got another traumatic moment or two to happen to him before the end of the series. But something crazy is gonna happen. Something crazy is gonna happen. And I read the chat. I don't reply to everything, but then I remember someone was talking about how everyone struggled with right here. They couldn't even deal with the 75% Shigaraki in the war with perfect hard counters against him. Right. This is a completed Shigaraki, everybody. Unless they're lying, this is a completed Shigaraki. This is Shigaraki with no drawbacks. Like, Shigaraki's not going to split open again. So, like, this is different. This is different. This is very different from the last time we saw him, where he was splitting apart because he was 75%. He's not. If the information they received from Stain is correct, he's basically completed. They said 3 days. I don't know if they time skipped us those 3 days, or if it is until 3 days and All For One really just has Shigaraki out here moving now. He's completed. He's completed. So this is Shigaraki is gonna be out here doing some crazy stuff. He's gonna be out here doing some craziness out here fighting Star. It's gonna be crazy. When we get the next chapter? What does it say? Is it next week? Yes, it is. Okay. I don't want her to get bodied, man, but I don't want her to get bodied. I don't want her to get her quirk stolen either. I just love it that that All For One made the boy get in the suit. Made the boy put a suit on. Oh man. Gotta wait a week. We gotta wait a week. Oh my gosh. It's a good chapter. Appearances matter. Not wrong. He looks clean. I'm glad he has the cloak back. I'm telling you, every single chapter, like the last 5 or 6 chapters, one of them, like this, I love this panel. I love this panel. The last couple of chapters have had panels in it where I'm just like, that's one of my favorite panels. Really freaking good. Spinner our voice. I can't wait to hear him saying these lines, man. All For One. I can't wait to hear him saying these lines. Can't wait. He's gonna be so enthusiastic talking. Smooth and evil. I just look at his proportions and compared to the Nomu's, and he is a large man. Like, that Nomu is kneeling down, yes. But my goodness, he's a large man. All For One's not taller than All Might, is he? I feel like this is a demonstration for a deck who faces off against Shigeru in round 3. Round 2. Am I being stupid? They fought in the war. When else did they fight? I'm not counting the USJ because they didn't scrap. There was a bunch of stuff happening. I don't count round 1 being there. I'm not gonna count that one as round 1. Do we count USJ as round 1 between Shigaraki and Deku? Dude, I've never counted that as round 1. I just counted that as an encounter. Because there were so many people. This is definitely going to be one of those. Okay, we saw Star fight Shigaraki. Let's learn from what she did. And that's one thing that boy can do. Hopefully someone's recording this fight so that Deku can watch it. And he can just download on Shigaraki. Just download more. Because he's gotten the fisticuff, right? He did have the little fisticuffs with him in the war. So Deku's not gonna forget that. What Shigaraki was leaning towards, what he was doing. So to be able to have, we're just Deku's our Gohan, and we're throwing a combined Goku at Cell. That's what we're doing. We have the boy download everything, so when he gets in there, he can just smash him. I don't think that's gonna happen, but that's what happened in Dragon Ball. I think it's cool. What do you think our Shiggy's quirk gonna be like? Shiggy's quirks are going to be, because he gave him the real quirk. I don't know. That's a hard thing. I don't know. We know he has the force quirked activation, because that's what he was using as the spider legs when he got burnt. He was using, what was the the spider thingy, the tendril things. That's the force quirk activation thingy. Or maybe the tendrils is separate and then he can force quirk activate through the tendrils. I don't know. But we know he has that. So for one, we know Shigaraki has his decay quirk. We know that. We know that Shigaraki now has the body of a Nomu. We know that. We know he has those tendril things. And I think that's, he has what is rivet stab. Thank you. It's so his own quirk, body of an Omu, rivet stab. He has the EMP, the radio wave quirk. We know he has that. And he has why do I always struggle with her name from the Pussycats? He has, is it called Search? No, not Search. Pinpoint. Is it Pinpoint? He has that because that's how he found Deku in the war. It's Search. Thank you. So we know he has that. We know he has that. The hyper regeneration as well. Or is the hyper regeneration a quirk, or is that just, well, the Nomu stuff is quirks too. Yeah, hyper regeneration and ragdoll. So we know he has those. We don't know what else he has. There's a possibility he could have nothing else, and now he just has to go collect his own quirks now. That could be a thing too. At this point, Shigaraki can do anything, and you can't scoff at it. Shigaraki could turn into a freaking... He could turn into a dolphin, and you can't scoff on it. You could just be like, well, he took someone's quirk that could shapeshift. I don't know. Like, you can't scoff at anything Shigaraki can do now. You literally can do anything. You can't get mad at it. Who knows? That and Random Boy, that was foreshadowing. Like, and like, now that we have more information, Gran Torino saying that, like, the quirks he's using now, when he was using the fight up against All For One, like, we know that was foreshadowing, showing that he already took a copy of his own quirk and collected his own quirks and took it and gave his original quirk from what's his face to Shigaraki. So that's what's crazy. Foreshadowing in hindsight. You can turn into a Titan. You can't scoff at anything. You can't. As long as he doesn't rip apart his suit. What if he there's someone's quirk in this world can allow them to make clothing that doesn't be destroyed, and it can morph around anyone's body no matter what it does. Someone's quirk out there. If a man can have a quirk that can take pictures and cameras all over his body, and he has a printer on his chest, right? If he can do that, someone out there can make clothes like that. He has that air cannon too. Does he? He has air cannon as well. What All Might suits is made of? Yes. What All Might, all of All Might's clothes are like that. I think, you know what? Well, now All Might's suits are more tailored to him. But wasn't All Might just wearing baggy clothes? Like, All Might would look like such a disheveled person in real life. He does. He does have. Okay, so he does have the air cannon. All Might would look so disheveled in real life. Like if he was a real person, this stick of a man just wearing, like he'd look like people and what's his face in the early 2000s that were wearing 4X white tees and size 46 shorts with a belt buckling it, where you have jean shorts that are the same size as jeans. That's what All Might would look like in real life. Because so he could bulk up in his muscle form and it can fit perfectly. It's so crazy. I wonder if Shiggy is the one controlling that last page or if he's being remotely controlled. Valoni, I don't know if you were here, but multiple people, JG and Remborn both said that the wording that Shigaraki was using was wording consistent with when Shigaraki talks. They said instead of saying Ore, he was saying Boku, which means that Shigaraki is the one that's in control. So this is Shigaraki. That's what they were saying. That's what they were saying. Oh, literally went to buy. Can't fight in a suit. You lose too much mobility. Don't even get me started on moving in wingtips. Oh no, trying to do anything in a dress shoe is the worst. What you use dress shoes for is to walk. That is it. You only walk. I can't do anything in a dress shoe. There's no way. But Shiggy's he's looking like he's got some sneaks on. All For One is wearing a pair of loafers, isn't he? Yeah, he is. He's wearing shoes. But Shiggy's got sneakers on. He's got the modern style look on. He's got his capri pants. He's got his capri pants. They're hemmed up a little higher. And has those deco shoes too. Yeah. It does. I wonder if Shigaraki's gonna have this permanent scarring, because he's still got scars on his face and he's still got scars on his hand too. I wonder if those will regenerate. Showing off a bit of the ankle for the ladies, just a little bit. I do think it's interesting. I feel like yeah, he would have hyper regeneration because All For One. There's no way All For One would have not given him the hyper regeneration because of what happened to him, because of what happened to him in his face. So maybe he's not all the way healed, because with the hyper regeneration, should he be scarring? No, right? He shouldn't be scarring. And in this panel, I don't know if this is supposed to be shading or if it's supposed to be reminiscent of All For One. But his forehead either looks like it's scarred or it looks like All For One's ugly forehead. If we go by Marvel logic, he won't be able to regen the injuries he got prior to receiving. Oh snap! Look at this big ass spider. You gotta die. I gotta clap it. Golly. Sorry if that clap was loud. Did you see that? It came down by my freaking head. Oh my gosh. There's no napkin. I'll be back. Huh. No, because I'd end up like the mutation version of Spider-Man from the animated series when he turned into a man spider. That's what happened to me. I'm not that lucky. I'm not that lucky. Lost his chance to get powers. Fumbled. Fumbled the bag. Yeah, man, I would turn into Man Spider. I'd rather die than be cursed with that fate. I'd rather die than be cursed with that fate. I don't even remember what I was talking about. I don't know. I forgot. I know I clapped really freaking hard. My hands are red now. You'll be fine. Hanging around, chilling. I'd be on the news, hunted by the government, experiments ran on me. All that stuff. What was I saying? I don't even remember what I was talking about. Something about All for One. Oh. He should be, and 6 arms at one point, quite handy, but he kept molting. That was the crazy thing. I remember being like, okay, he has 6 arms, that's okay. I don't know how you hide that, but that's fine. And then he just kept transforming. It was just like terrible. It just kept going. Like it just didn't stop. Just like he started growing fangs and multiple eyes and then turned gray. It was terrible. It was terrible. I was saying something about everything. Get the joke with the Andy. Gosh. All the injuries that Shigaraki got. It's the hard thing. No, it's a gray area because I would assume that he wasn't fully formed. Does all the injuries? Yeah, I would say all the injuries that he received from the war should be healed, right? But he wasn't fully formed. But the hyper regeneration was working during the war, so it's hard. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. That's all I got. That's all I got. This was a good chapter. This was a good chapter. Damn, we gotta wait one more week. It's gonna be a long wait. I'm okay. 100% I'm going on internet blackout. Because everybody is gonna be foaming at the mouth. I know spoilers drop on Tuesday. So to make it from Tuesday to Sunday with this fight on our hands, right? With this fight on our hands, just waiting for us, it's going to be hard to avoid it. So I might go on internet blackout, YouTube blackout. I just might, because there's no way I'm going to risk a spoiler, especially if they get the scrap in next week. Nah, I'm not risking it. I'm definitely thinking about doing Vigilantes early tomorrow. So that means like I'd be streaming in the morning. So that's like old Tower of God days, like streaming at maybe 11, right? 11, 10, 12, something like that. So because I still got to do all those regular streams I usually do on a Monday. So that might happen. We may stream Vigilantes for a few hours, see how far we can get. And I'll definitely keep you guys posted in the Discord. I'll probably hop in a little later. Hell, I may do it tonight. If nothing crazy's happening. So that's all I got. Appreciate you guys. Regen can't handle an injury before it was received. Regen can't heal an injury that was received before receiving the quirk. Gotcha. That's the reason why the doctor said the All for One. Like if we would have found this quirk a couple of years ago or a couple months ago, we would have been able to fix you. But he had already fully healed at that point, so he couldn't. So thank you guys. I appreciate you. I'll keep you guys updated in the Discord on the Vigilante stream. And that's all I got. Streaming Fenna in a couple minutes. Interested, swing on by. But if not, we'll be here. We'll be here for some hypeness next week. So stop back on by, and I'll see you. Peace out.